Welcome back to another episode of Any and There's Always a Disney Guy. Today we're going to be discussing a little more into Loki. But before we do go to DisneyGuy.tk and subscribe to my blog to stay updated with everything that's going on as far as everything about. Let's get into today's episode. Today we're going to be talking about the Nexus events, and I know I haven't really gotten deep into this. But if you've seen Loki, as you guys know, Loki the variant, well, I would say, yeah, Loki the variant who escaped from Avengers Endgame when the Avengers were going back in time to retrieve all the Infinity Stones before Thanos were. Unfortunately, the Avengers plan kind of went sideways when Tony Stark um, dropped the Space Stone and caused the past Loki, the Loki in the 2000 in I forgot what year Avengers came out. I'm just gonna guess 2002, 2016. I don't know. Whenever it came out, 2002, 3, 4, 5, whatever. The first Avengers came out. 2000. We'll just say 2000. Loki came and blipped up out of there with the Space Stone. He ended up at I think at some desert. And out of nowhere, these Kandarian police authorities came and arrested him for causing um, unintended event from happening to what was supposed to happen. So, of course, they took the variant, which is Loki, and they resetted the timeline. When Loki was first introduced to the place, he thought it was a hoax. He thought it was just an illusion, but it really wasn't. It was actually real. The place was entirely real, but it was built on a lie of the timekeepers. A lot of people think that Kang is behind of it. If he is, I'm honestly not shocked. But we do know the person who's pulling the strings of the TVA is He Who Remains. Now, the Nexus events. So let me make sure I say this right. So let me Google this before I say it, because I know what it means, but I just don't want to say it wrong. What is the Nexus event? Okay. All right. So, well, first, let's say this. What is a Nexus being? Nexus beings are rare individual entities with the ability to affect probability and thus the future, thereby altering the flow of the universal time stream. These beings, each referred to as a Nexus, act as the keystones of multiverse and are crucial to its ultimate coherence and stability. Now, what that means is a Nexus being is a person who could alter or affect the planned event that's supposed to happen. That person or being or place or whatever action is caused to prevent what's supposed to happen from happening will cause a Nexus event, which will cause a branch to open up in the multiverse. When a branch opens up in the multiverse, every alternate universe or reality, every alternate reality has an alternate reality. So it'll branch out more, and then it'll branch out again and again and again until a multiversal war breaks out. Now, this was the big question. Was WandaVision a Nexus event? Now, it says this should terrify all Wanda Maximoff fans, as it seems everything we saw leading up to the birth of Scarlet Witch in WandaVision was a Nexus event. So that means everything that has happened with Wanda wasn't supposed to happen. Which is that's really terrifying, because if we're speaking in technicalities, this basically means Wanda was never supposed to exist in the first place. If we're being real, if we want to speak technicalities, Wanda was basically never really supposed to exist in this way at all in the first place, which is very terrifying. And this was actually kind of the thing Agatha was talking about in WandaVision when she was speaking upon the Dark Hold. That, basically Wanda wasn't really, she defies the laws of nature, basically. I'll say that. But this is what it says. It says, Nexuses have also been a part of the Marvel Comics for decades, the Nexus of all realities. This was a cross-dimensional gateway where all possible realities intersect. Furthermore, Wanda is often referred to as a Nexus being, since she operates as a multiversal anchor. And let me get more into that. Is Wanda a Nexus being? Because Loki definitely connects a lot of this. A former villain and longtime Avenger, Wanda Maximoff is one of the most powerful figures in the core Marvel universe. She's considered the Nexus being of Earth-616, giving her an innate connection to the universe itself. Wow. Um. So, I mean, I figured she had to be somewhat powerful. Um. But in WandaVision episode 7, we first heard the words Nexus in a pharmaceutical ad. An announcer says, "Ask your doctor about Nexus." Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. I swear, I never really understood the ads until now. A unique antidepressant that works to anchor you back to your reality. Wow, I did not expect that. You know, there were a lot of Loki phrases in WandaVision. I will say that. If you watched Loki and WandaVision, there were a lot of phrases that matched in between. Um, But yeah, that's what a nexus is. It's basically when something unexpected causes the expected to not happen. Um, and that creates a branch in the multiverse, and it creates a branch off of the sacred timeline. And let's see, what is the sacred timeline? We're going to say that. What is the sacred time? What is the sacred timeline? If you don't know what the sacred timeline is, sacred timeline. In the comics, the term sacred timeline is used by a group of mutants dedicated to fighting an apocalypse while upholding the beliefs of the X-Men. Much like the TVA, they travel when necessary to preserve the sanctity of the timeline. And to keep it from branching off, because like I said, if it branches off, it causes a whole multiversal war. Which I don't know about you guys, but I definitely cannot wait for Loki season 2 to happen. But I still can't believe that Wanda was a Nexus, is a Nexus being. I forgot about that. Um, but yeah, this is going to reveal a lot. And they're also talking about that there could be a fourth timekeeper. Um, and they're bringing up a lot of Kang the Conqueror theories. A lot of Kang is because Kang is a time god. He is a time conqueror. I'll definitely say that. So I would not be surprised if he's a part of this. But oh my gosh, man, I cannot wait for season 2. I cannot wait for Doctor Strange 2 to come out because I don't know about y'all, like I said, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. If the title doesn't hint to y'all anything, I honestly don't know what will. But it seems like the multiverse is the huge core plan of Phase 4. Um, that's definitely the core of it all is the multiverse. But why is the multiverse? I wouldn't say unstable, but why is the multiverse? I'll say so important. Yeah. Why is the not the well, I would say the multiverse definitely brings together it literally brings together everything in the Marvel world. Because like I said, every reality always has its alternate version. Um but this is what it says from Forbes. This is what it says from Forbes. It says from this is why the multiverse must exist. Look out at the universe. All you want with powerful technology and you'll never find an edge. Space goes on as far as we can see, and everywhere we look, we see the same things, matter and radiation. In all directions, we find the same telltale signs of an expanding universe. The leftover radiation from a lot of dense state galaxies that evolve in size, mass, and number. Elements that change abundances as stars live and die. But what lies beyond our observable universe? Is there an abyss of nothingness beyond the light signals? Wait, unless there's something serious. Okay, yeah. Beyond the light signals that could possibly reach us since the Big Bang, is there just more universes like our own out there past our observational limits, or is there a multiverse mysterious in nature and forever to be unseen, to be seen? Unless there's something seriously wrong with our understanding of the universe, the multiverse must be the answer. Why? Here's why. The multiverse is an extremely controversial idea, but it's also the core of every simple concept, just as Earth doesn't occupy a special position in the Earth universe, nor does the Sun, the Milky Way, or any other location in the multiverse, or any other location. The multiverse goes a step farther, and claims that there is nothing special about the entire visible universe. The multiverse is the idea that our universe and all that's contained within it is just one small part of a larger structure. This larger structure entity encapsulates our observable universe as a small part of a larger universe that extends beyond the limits of our observations. That entire structure, the unobservable universe, may itself be part of a larger space-time that includes many other disconnected universes, which may or may not be similar to the universe we inhabit. If this is the idea of the multiverse, I can understand your skepticism of notion that we could somehow know whether it does or doesn't exist. But I'm not going to get really deep into this. But yeah, the multiverse it's something. And it's pretty crazy how there are so many alternate things that could happen. I hope they show like alternate versions of reality in Doctor Strange 2. That would be super cool. But it's pretty cool how the multiverse works and how it's powerful. But at the same time, if there are too many alternate version realities, it could cause a multiversal war. And let me see what happens too. What happens? What happens if there is a multiversal war? Because I think this is how Loki connects to Doctor Strange. Because in the end, as we saw in the end of Loki, after Lady Loki killed He Who Remains, the branch, when we went outside the Citadel, the multiverse started branching out like crazy. And I mean, it started branching out like crazy, like out of control. And even Loki was freaking out himself. He ran to Mobius so fast. He was losing it. So I think this is why, Doctor Strange 2 is called the Multiverse of Madness, because I don't think it has anything to do with what Wanda did. But what Wanda did definitely affected the timeline in some way. But what Lady Loki did affected it way, way worse. Okay, I mean way, way worse. Because she caused the timeline, the multiversal timeline to branch out like instantly crazy. So I'm definitely assuming that what happened in the season finale of Loki will conclude with Doctor Strange 2. That's my best guess from what I can see. That's literally it's all in the title, the Multiverse of Madness. But yeah, thank you guys for listening in. If you enjoyed today's episode, I can't wait for Doctor Strange 2. I know y'all can't too. I definitely can't wait because I'm gonna be the first one in the movie theaters. But make sure y'all follow this podcast on both Google and Spotify. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And yeah, you guys, bye.